Good afternoon, YouTube. I feel like I always start these videos when I'm in the car, but it is the easiest time for me to do it, and I am driving towards my first activity of this vlog. So today we're going to treadmill run. I know, treadmill running. And it is my long run as well, which is horrific, but there we go. Which is horrific. I'm not looking forward to doing. It is what it is, and the main reason for it was I chose to stay in bed until 7 o'clock this morning, which I will say is the first time I think I've done this since having Rome, like getting up at later than 6:30. There's been times when I've been awake and I've sat in bed, sure. That's when Freya and I in Rome have like chilled in bed. But sleeping past that time, that is, yeah, the first time in nine and a half months, and probably way, way longer than that. The only other time I could say it, but it's completely different, is when I've travelled. So yeah, feels weird. But we're on the way to the gym now. It is 3:30 in the afternoon. Now, just to put it in perspective of why I'm not running outdoors at the moment, it's 43 degrees Celsius right now. So it's very, very, very hot. Now, I might do the potential, I need to speak to my coach about it, the odd run when it's like this type of weather, just for the heat aspect. But considering I'm training, when I'm doing my runs, it's over 25 degrees at the moment, every single run. I think I'm probably getting it, but we'll see. Maybe there'll be one run where I'm doing it in this type of weather. So I'm gonna just drive to the gym, then I'll talk about the run that I've got to do, and I'll talk about something new that I've bought. Today's run, let me just take my seatbelt off, and I'll just turn down the aircon. Should be okay now. Okay, so for today's run, it is the longest run I have done since my half marathon, since recovering from the IT band injury. It's 11.3k, so 7 miles. An hour and 5 minutes it's meant to take. I feel like it says 7 miles, steady aerobic zone 2. I don't know whether it's go for 7 miles or it's run for this hour and 5 minutes, because I could do it quicker. I could, not going to try to. It's giving me an average pace to aim for, which is 5 minutes 49 per kilometre. So I'm going to set the treadmill to run at that, because I personally feel like that is the best option. Now, in my head, I've been doing a thing where I can't end on a random number in terms of the kilometre finish with my runs and with my cycles. So every run this week, it's either been 7k or 8k. That's what I finished on. Then with the cycle, since I implemented it this week, because I was just like, right, let's just do this to like mentally push myself. We hit 40k, just did that. So it's 11.27. Maybe I have to go till 12 and just continue that, which I do think is a very good idea. It's more, the reason why I'm doing it is to kind of build up that mental strength a little bit for when inevitably I have 140 miles that I'm racing over a day. It's just to program the brain to be like, yeah, we finished this bit, but we've got to push even more. That's how I'm looking at it. And then the thing that I purchased, I've officially morphed into an ultimate hybrid athlete person, is I got myself a Whoop. So Whoops aren't, a best way to describe it, is it like a lifestyle band, a sports band, whatever, but it's so I can look at my recovery so much more. So to look at it this way, I'm only gonna probably get 6 hours, sometimes 7 hours of sleep every day. Sometimes it's less. Like a lot of the time, my watch has been, I've been waking up, it's been 5.5 hours sleep. So my goal is to maximize the amount of sleep, like perfect sleep that I can get, or optimal sleep, the best way to describe that. And I can't do that, I don't think I can do that 100% with a Garmin. So I've got the Whoop, so I can look at this. Obviously I'm gonna compare them as well, because they'll all give different data. But the goal is to make sure I'm recovering well and I'm getting a good amount of good quality of sleep rather than quantity of sleep, which is why I'm going to be diving into my Whoop information quite a lot more. That's the only reason I purchased it, to make sure I'm recovering. Don't want to get injured again, but also my volume's picking up. Don't want to be under fueling. I want to actually position myself going into this Ironman. The goal is just to finish the Ironman, but I know mentally I'm going to want to push myself throughout the whole thing. So I want to prepare myself to make sure I'm putting myself in the best position for when potentially my brain switches and I go like, I'm going to push for this time. I don't think it will, but I know during the actual race, it might come into my head like, let's push for this time. And I just want to make sure throughout this whole journey, I'm fueling myself, I'm recovering well, I'm getting enough sleep or quality of sleep. So I'm in the position of being able to complete this Ironman, but complete it really well if I wanted to, because I've optimized everything else. So that's just why I got the Whoop. It does look a bit crap. I've got 2 wristbands on. Didn't want to put it on the same side as the watch, so it is on the right side. You could probably put it around your ankle, I don't know. But again, who cares? I'm doing it for performance reasons. So I'm gonna go and get into the gym now. This is the only run what I wear headphones for, and I actually watch running YouTube. How bad is that? I run and watch running YouTube. But the big goal for this is to just have a constant pace that I'm going to stick to, as sometimes when I'm out I do go a little bit quicker or try and push myself that little bit extra. Whereas this, I'm going to just set it as 5:49, gonna run the 5:49 for the whole thing, maybe do 5:45 and just see how it goes. 12k potentially. But what I'll do is I'll try and capture a few clips on my phone while I'm running. Again, public gym, it's not the greatest of places to record. It's quite dark and gloomy, I think, but also I don't want to accidentally record someone that, out of their respect for their culture, might not want to be on camera. So it is one of them ones where it's a little bit harder. I do feel like I can record in here. I do pop my phone up every day to try and record a exercise that I basically post on my story whenever I'm in the gym. But it's just, I don't want to record someone that doesn't want to be recorded and get told off that way. I think they allow it in the gym for recording. It's just out of respect for whoever is in there. But let's go and run 12k. That is the run completed. God, felt good. I in my head, I was like, oh, I could push and do 10 miles here. I could push and do a half marathon here. But we went to the 12k. We did it it was a slight negative split, because the further and further I get, it's the more respectful of the run that I'm trying to be. And what I mean by that, without sounding like a complete knobhead, is I want to treat like the first K or two slower than what I would towards the end of the run. And I've always done it where I'd go out too quick and then gas. So trying to get this in my head where start slower, build into it, it's working. So we started at 6:30 for the first 500 meters, then went down to a 6 minute, ran that for 3k I think, and then we started to gradually increase. My run hasn't uploaded yet, but let me just sync up the watch quickly and make sure it pulls through. Okay, so 12k, I just had to pull it up on the Garmin. So it was, we've just lost it, 12k in 1 hour 7 minutes and 51 seconds, and it was a 5:39 kilometer pace. Felt good the whole run, so I'm happy with that. Now it's time to get home. We've got chicken burgers, homemade, and we're going into a deload week. It's not really a deload week. I'm running like 5 minutes less than I have done this week. I'm swimming 100 meters less, or 200 meters less overall than I have this week, and I'm cycling I think 15 minutes less. So it's not really a deload, but I assume that's how things are going to play out as we get further and further into it. So as it's a deload week, I've decided to switch up my gym plan as well going forward, which I'll run through the first leg day, first upper body day tomorrow, and I'll kind of talk to you about how each workout's going to go as I slightly transition my workout, still pushing strength, still trying to build muscle during this time, but they're going down the route of more strengthening the legs fully for running. So that's going to be the main focus more in the next stage, to get the legs stronger for running rather than stronger or bigger for aesthetic. So let's drive back. It is 5:10. Got a shit ton of work to do when I get back, then got some leg compression to do and chill, if I can get any chill, because I've hardly done as much work as I wanted to do today, but that is what it is. So I'll see you soon. Hello, it is Tuesday the 16th of June. We're in our recovery week, and sorry my hands are dirty, the wall that I'm touching's got a little bit of sand all over it. And we're doing a 40-minute easy run, and then we got legs later, new leg day that I've built. So the plan is run, I'll show you a bit of the run, and then I will pick up the camera just before I go into the legs, and then I can just talk about what legs are going to be, or lower body, however you want to word it. Feeling good. It is 5:30. Struggle to wake up, but then now I'm up, it's fine. I think it's always the first barrier that's the hardest when it comes to waking up early. But yeah, we're going to get this done. I'm going to do a quick warm-up actually. I do have a whole new warm-up built, but it's mostly like foam rolling, and I don't want to foam roll before a run, so we're just going to do some dynamic stuff. It's literally just a couple of leg swings, some calf activation, and that's pretty much it, because I did it just before my run on the treadmill on Sunday and had no issues. So it's probably going to take me like 5 minutes, but I'll show how creative it is. get into this run. Okay, we've got 12 minutes left. It's going well. Heart rate's Heart rate's remained around 144 to 148, which I'm really happy with. There's only a back end just before I turned around where it shot above the zone 2 goal, and that was because there was a bit of a steeper uphill part. So the remaining 11 minutes, see the heart rate's gone up, and it always goes up when I start talking. The remaining 11 and a half minutes is mostly downhill. Run's gone well. The big thing that I've just been thinking about on this run, and I don't do anything in headphones apart from my treadmill run, which eventually I'm gonna have to take headphones away, because in the Ironman you can't have anything. So it's just get used to training without it. Otherwise on race day it's gonna seem so much harder. But the big thing I'm thinking about is, if you set yourself a goal, it's all about the commitment that you put into that goal. I did not want to wake up this morning. Freya was awake. I even said to her, oh, I'd love to go back to sleep. That was a contemplation in my head for like 15 minutes. But what I can take away from it is the first thing that you have to do, and it is the hardest thing, is just get up. So if I could take anything away from today, when the alarms go up, just get up. You will start to move and the body will start to wake up, and it gets easier and easier. So gonna finish the last 10 minutes now as we run back home. It's hot, can't wait to have some electrolytes, but it's been a very, very good run. Good morning, good morning. I was gonna do what that guy does off. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Got that stuck in my head at the moment. It is hella cringy, but it obviously works, doesn't it? It would eat me inside doing videos like that, but I suppose you're getting onto it over time. But today, Wednesday, double training day. There's a few double training days to be fair, but this is, let's say, the double triathlon day, because we have a cycle and we have a swim. On the way to the pool to do 1400 meters. It's my deload week, so I assume them swims are going to get bigger now, because I was doing 1500 the week before. It's funny how the deload week's 100 meters less of swimming. And then my other swim is do what I like kind of vibe, which I think I'm going to just repeat this swim that I'm doing today, but on Friday as well. So I realized I never picked up the phone or the camera before my leg day yesterday, which I was meant to do. One thing about this car is so much better to park than our old car that we had. So yeah, today
I'll just read out what we've got to do, both sessions. So we've got a technique day, 1400 meters, 200 fins warm up, and then 2 times 100 with fins, 50 kickboard, 50 swim. So that's 400 meters there. Then the main set is 6 times 50 as 25 drill, 25 swim, 1 times 100 pull and paddles, 6 times 50, 25 drill, 25 swim, 1 times 100 pull and paddles, and then a 200 cool down. Given me some videos to go off. He's also said feel free to use any of the toys if you've got them, fins, snorkel, paddles, etc. throughout. I think I'm going to try and use my snorkel for quite a lot of the drills, just so I can, because none of the drills are to do with breathing. They're all to do with form, positioning. And I feel like if I use the snorkel, I will have great form because I'm not like turning to breathe. And I think that will benefit me in the long run. So today, what I might do is there's 2 lots and there's 5 drills. I'm not going to do the fist drill at all because I've done that quite a lot, so it's not anything new, and well, nothing's really new on it. It's not anything new, but it's not hard. It's basically to close your fist and swim that way, and you're supposed to get more efficient with your stroke awareness. But I think what I'll do is the finger drag drill, the catch-up drill, one arm freestyle, and then it might actually have to be the fist drill because there's sculling as well, which is just to develop better water awareness. So we'll see. And then the cycle today is a 1 hour foundation ride. Now, the new leg day that I did yesterday was actually pretty brutal. I did feel sick after it. And that was... This is what the session is. 5 sets of... I've not opened it correctly. Here. 5 sets of ab crunches on a machine. Then we got a bit of plyometric work at the start, so single leg pogos, depth jumps, and crab walk with a band. I couldn't do the crab walk because there was none of them bands there, so I got to remember to pack mine. 4 sets of trap bar deadlift or hex bar deadlift, 4 sets of barbell RDLs, 2 sets of dumbbell Bulgarian split squats, 2 sets of single leg RDLs, 5 sets of leg press machine calf raises, and 5 sets of kettlebell tibialis raises. It was hard. When I finished it, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I programmed this for myself. But I feel like everything that I've put in has been put in with intention to help, one, grow some muscle, but with performance as well. I feel like the hex bar deadlifts make me more powerful. It's kind of like an explosive movement. RDLs strengthen the glutes and hamstrings. Single leg split squats, again, great for training each leg individually. Same with single leg RDLs. And then calf raises and tibialis raises strengthens calves and tibialis. So yeah, I'm happy with it. It's just when I'm doing it, I'm like, oh my god, this is horrible. But anyway, let's go get this swim done. And then we have Rome's vaccines today, so I'll just have to talk to Freya when she thinks it's best for me to do my cycle. I'm thinking what will be good is I go back, swim, go back, have breakfast, do the tiniest bit of work, or if Freya has some work to do, let her do that. Then we're going to the mall an hour before, just because we're gonna get him a travel pram. I think that's what we're doing. and we need some stairgates. Then we have Rome's vaccines, so he'll be very clingy after that. Now, he isn't clingy for me as much, so it might be a case of I'll do it when we get back the cycle, so it's out the way. I'd have that time to recover for tomorrow's run. We will see though. And then if Freya has to do any other work as well, means I'm done the cycle, it's checked off, or if he allows me to, that's the best way to put it, because he is very clingy to Freya after a vaccine. But the last ones we had were 3 months ago. He's obviously grown up a lot in them 3 times, so maybe he might just be clingy for a parent. Who knows? But it is the meningitis one, and this one has always caused him to have temperature. So we will just have to see how that plays out today. But yeah, I am gonna go get this swim done. Okay, this is now workout 2. It is 1:20. We're going to be doing a 60-minute foundation cycle, which is probably equivalent to an easy run. It's not like a big heart. My training peaks just crashed as I was loading it. It's not like a massive heart rate raiser, so it's gonna be nice and chill. I'll get some shots on while I'm on the bike. Aircon. I was gonna have it on, but I might get the sweat on, and we'll just see how it goes. I might turn it on halfway through. But yeah, the swim went well. I did 2 drills, and I'll do 2 drills on Friday. No issues with it, nice and simple. So got that checked off. And then this cycle as well. It's a relatively easy week in terms of what I have to do, as it's a recovery week. So pretty much we are just taking it day by day. My Whoop recovery is meant to be really good as well. So we'll get this cycle done, and then we've got a couple of hours of work to do, and hopefully have a chilled evening. Well, it is Thursday. The 18th. We've done an upper body this morning, and now we're gonna go do a run. The run is gonna be done on a treadmill. This morning, I woke up, I really wanted to go hit upper body, and I didn't want to run. Whereas this is the time I probably would have gone and done upper body. I swapped them around, and I'm just going to run on a treadmill for 45 minutes. It is a 45-minute easy run. Gonna have a gel before, so I have a carb hit. And that is kind of how this week has played out. It's been relatively easy. It's been relatively chill. I haven't felt strained or anything, so I'm all good with how it's played out. Tomorrow we have got, again, we're going to do 1,400 meters of swimming, and then over the weekend it's 2 more easy cycles, easy runs, and that will round up how this recovery week has gone. And I did on my Whoop this morning, I've got 95% recovery, and it just says on here, your HRV, RHR, and sleep performance indicate that your body is peaking physically and primed to take on strain today. Let's go. Since I've had the Garmin, this has been my recovery scores. 14th, which was Sunday, 98%,
87%, 91%, 95%, 95%. So my recovery is great. Now that might be because it was titled a recovery week. Who knows? I'll get more information the longer I wear this, and the more information I can gather. So I'm gonna have the gel, and I think I'm just gonna round up this week, as it's just tomorrow's gonna be drills. Nothing too exciting in terms of how the week's playing out. I imagine going into the phase 2 of Ironman prep, we're going to have some more exciting training. Say, for example, brick runs, or brick workouts, I should say. So I look forward to them. But thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.